I accidentally stuck myself with a contaminated needle I had just used on a patient and contemplated not reporting it and getting tested for fear of being seen as inadequate and incompetent, falling short of my duties as a nurse. This video isn't just about perfectionism. It's about seeing the toll perfectionism is taking on your well-being and learning how to choose a different path for yourself. Stay tuned for what happened to me and the blood work results of my needle stick. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, happy to have you. I'm your host, Amanda Haynes. I drop videos every Wednesday and Sunday, teaching you how to become your best self through resilience building, overcoming challenges, self-awareness, self-mastery, and self-compassion. Perfectionism is a crippling belief system and lifestyle I have had firsthand experience with. I've avoided going to the hospital after experiencing alcohol-induced pancreatitis because I didn't want the doctors to know I had a drinking problem. I've spent hours writing and rereading emails and text messages because I wanted to seem competent and like I had my shit together. I ultimately quit nursing because of the burnout I experienced from the pressure and stress I placed on myself to be the perfect nurse. I've managed to take a deep dive into the depths of myself to uncover wounds that fueled my flawed belief system about my need to be perfect. So it's all too familiar for me. In this video, I'll share with you why the fear of not being enough fuels perfectionism, how it impacts your life, and the steps you can take to start healing. Stick around if you're ready to break free from the cycle of self-criticism and embrace a more compassionate and authentic you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if perfectionism is all too familiar to you. Perfectionism is the belief that anything less than perfect is unacceptable. It's the drive to meet extremely high standards and the fear of making mistakes or falling short. At its core, perfectionism is about striving for an ideal that often isn't attainable and can lead to feelings of inadequacy and constant self-criticism. This need for perfection is often a way to cope with deeper fears of feeling unworthy or inadequate. Let's look at what perfectionism might look like in your life. First, over preparation. You spend hours, maybe even days, making sure something or everything is flawless. But no matter how much effort you put in, it never feels good enough. Next, procrastination. You delay starting anything because you're afraid of making mistakes. So you end up rushing at the last minute. Then there's avoiding tasks. You might skip important responsibilities because the thought of not doing them perfectly is too overwhelming and you remain paralyzed. Self-criticism is another big one. You're constantly beating yourself up for not meeting your own high standards, leaving you feeling inadequate and exhausted. And finally, burnout. All this pressure to be perfect can leave you feeling drained, stressed, and completely overwhelmed. These signs aren't just minor inconveniences. They can seriously affect your mental health and well-being, strain your relationships, and make you feel dissatisfied with life. We're going to explore how to tackle these perfectionistic patterns and start feeling better. The results of my needle stick are coming up shortly. Stay tuned. Let's talk about where this all starts. Many of us develop perfectionistic tendencies because of experiences in childhood. Maybe it was criticism, high expectations, or emotional neglect. These experiences can lead to feelings of shame and unworthiness, making us believe that perfection is the only way to be loved or accepted. Fear of rejection and failure can drive us to push ourselves to extremes. Here's how perfectionism can affect you on a deeper level. Constant stress and anxiety. When you're always chasing perfection, you're putting yourself under constant pressure. This can lead to chronic stress and anxiety, making it hard to relax and enjoy life, leading to health issues over time. Procrastination and avoidance. The fear of not meeting your impossibly high standards can cause you to procrastinate or avoid tasks altogether. This avoidance can lead to missed deadlines and opportunities, keeping you stuck and stagnant. burnout. Trying to maintain perfection in every aspect of your life can leave you feeling exhausted. The constant need to be flawless can lead to burnout, where you're mentally and physically drained. Strained relationships. Perfectionism can also affect your relationships. When you expect yourself to be perfect, you might impose these expectations on others, causing tension and misunderstandings, eventually leading to isolation, self-criticism, and low self-esteem. Perfectionists often engage in harsh self-criticism. When you're never satisfied with your achievements, it can erode your self-esteem and make you feel inadequate. But don't worry, there are ways to start healing from perfectionism. Here are some steps to consider. Develop self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. It's a part of being human. Explore inner child work. Inner child work involves connecting with and nurturing the parts of ourselves that were formed during our early years, often in response to criticism or unmet needs. By addressing these early experiences, we can begin to heal the feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness that drive our perfectionistic tendencies. Exploring shadow work. Shadow work, on the other hand, focuses on exploring and integrating the parts of ourselves that we usually hide or deny, such as our fears and flaws. By confronting these hidden aspects with compassion, we can reduce their power over us, allowing us to let go of the need for constant perfection and embrace a more authentic and forgiving self. Together, these practices can help us understand and heal the root cause of perfectionism, leading to greater self-acceptance and emotional well-being. Seek professional help. Therapy options like cognitive behavioral therapy can help change perfectionistic thought patterns and spark the path to deeper healing. Here's something important to remember. Perfection is unattainable. Imperfection is a natural part of life, and your worth is not determined by how perfect or productive you are. Healing from perfectionism takes time, so be patient and persistent with yourself. You are already enough just as you are, with or without perfection. Take small, practical steps daily to challenge your perfectionistic tendencies and embrace a more compassionate way of living. Remember, you are worthy of love and acceptance exactly as you are. Okay, so here's the moment I promised you. When I accidentally stuck myself with that contaminated needle, I seriously contemplated not telling anyone. I actually had a conversation with myself in the patient's room about the risk I'd be taking if I didn't report it or get tested. I thought about if the patient had AIDS or hepatitis and how my life would have turned out. I thought about how incompetent I would look and that I'd be judged as a bad nurse if I did report this. Ultimately, I made the decision to report it and get tested. Thankfully, the patient didn't have any bloodborne diseases and all my tests came back negative. But it was a scary time for me. I had to take a cold, hard look and be honest with myself. Someone with a high level of self-worth and self-love wouldn't have thought twice about getting tested and reporting this. So what did that say about how I felt about myself and my well-being? It said a lot. And this is one of the many catalysts that sparked my journey inward towards healing and loving myself. If I can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. I want to hear about what your experience has been like with perfectionism. Drop a comment below and share with us where you are on your journey. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on personal growth and self-compassion. Until next time, take care and be kind to yourself. And remember, you got this.